first one is Systinet, the company founded by Roman Staniek here in Prague in 2000. I will get to Systinet case a little bit in more detail. The second one is a Hungarian company which works quite similarly to Systinet. It's a company which has great software in remote access space. It's the company founded by Hungarian engineers in Budapest, and it has very similar setup like Systinet, which means they've got about 80 developers in Budapest and the entire sales and marketing team in Boston. When we invested in 2004, the company had less than 1 million in revenue and just was starting to sell the product internationally. We relocated the company to the US. We invited the co-investors, Prism Ventures and Polaris. And this year the company has more than 25 million users. It's the largest and fastest growing remote access software company in the world. And the revenue of the company will be this year in the neighborhood of $30 million. So this is a great example, and we've got very high expectations in terms of value of this company. I will skip these examples. These are other companies from our portfolio. You can go through that if you want. I was speaking about LogMeIn, and this is about Systinet. I will just try to introduce the thinking we had about Systinet when we invested and then during our investment. Prior to the investment in 2001, we saw the company which had great technology in very, very early adopters space. It had a great development team, but basically the product was sort of finished, and there were first pilot customers, so the technology risk was quite large. What convinced us that this will be good business, that this will be successful, was actually the person of experience, CEO and founder, Roman Staniek. We were a little bit afraid that it's a one-man show, that it's really driven by one guy only. And what we planned for the business was basically expansion to the US, a little bit riding the hype of service-oriented architecture, web services at the time, and basically sell it to strategics. Because this was cool technology which many strategics wanted. During the investment, what happened? First, the company definitely succeeded in establishing themselves as one of the leading players in their market. They were extremely careful in positioning the product. They were always speaking with pilot customers. They were always speaking with research agencies, speaking to potential competitors and customers. They managed to get themselves to all industry standard forums. There were always companies like Microsoft, HP, Oracle, and then Systinet. So this was a little bit special that there were always like 6-7 companies, and Systinet being one of them. What was a negative surprise for us was that the hype of web services was definitely a little bit slower than we assumed. It influenced the holding period, because at the beginning we assumed that this business will be exited to strategics actually in 2 to 3 years maximum. What surprised us on positive side, that the company was able to hire a very experienced management team. It wasn't one-man show anymore. There were about 10 very professional managers, mainly in Boston. We were joking a lot that the budget of the Boston office is about 3 times bigger as the Prague Development Center, although in Prague we had about 100 developers, and in Boston we had about 20 people. But this is how the things are. In terms of US presence, we managed to establish the US operations, 2 sales offices, and the company was successful in acquiring blue-chip customers. These were big telecommunication companies, these were big banks and financial institutions. This was a company like Amazon, so really plenty of case studies. And how the story ended for us, the company has been sold to Nasdaq-listed company Mercury Interactive in 2006. Prior to this, the company was in talks with several strategic partners, but it created sort of competitive situation with the bidders. The deal was $405 million, so just in comparison, the company started in 2000 out of nothing, basically the development team, and 6 years later it was sold for more than $100 million. And later in 2006, Mercury was acquired by HP. We believe that this was definitely because of Systinet, but there might be some other views. So this was the example of one of our investments. I have no more slides, so if you have got any questions, please go ahead. Otherwise, I think that the coffee is waiting for you. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for Mr. Bennett? No questions. Thank you again. And the last but not least, Leviathan Business Angels, Mr. Jacek Błoński.
Nevertheless, I will start. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for inviting me here for today's conference. My name is Jacek Błoński. I represent Leviathan Business Angels, which is the largest business angel network in Poland. I'm very pleased to be here with you. And before I start, I would like to thank you very much for being so brave and stay. And not because of Andre that he didn't let you go for a coffee, but only because of the topic that you are interested in business angel investing activities. I have okay. We have some problems, but I will continue. I would like to start with presentation of my organization. Don't want to keep you too long on this part. Then I would like to move to the advantages or key benefits with using the angel investors as a source of funding early startup. And also, then I would like to focus on a project key success factors from the project perspective, which I will present you our approach to sourcing deals and selection criteria of the best projects, and then at the very end, I will tell you why we are here, because we see also a big opportunities in Czech and Slovak market. I already know from Andre and from people being here that you have 3 or 4 angel networks in Prague, but they are, as far as I know, they are not very active. unfortunately. So I hope that it's a big chance for us to have a strong presence on this market. Okay.